Well, here we are again, another weekly video, Living with Alzheimer's, and this is week number 42. Now, as promised today, I have a great old friend of mine who was at school with me, and this is Stephen, who moved to Malta about 25 years ago.
Yeah, 25 years ago, Peter.
And I haven't seen him for probably getting on for 30 years now. And he's came over here and he's, he's really looking forward to doing a video here. And
I really am. I'm very excited.
The whole point of this is that he works with dementia, in dementia, over in Malta. And when I was first diagnosed 3 years ago, and I got onto Facebook, Stephen became one of my friends on Facebook, and we had this connection because of his connection with dementia. He works with people in the older generation, but nevertheless, it's still dementia. And I just thought it would be great to have him here today and to get his take on what dementia is really like over at Malta, over across the water, as they say. So, Stephen, you've brought some lovely sunny weather with you. You brought some Maltese sunshine.
It's a lot hotter than what I thought it might be. I was expecting some cold weather. It's actually hotter here than in Malta. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
so
well, there we
it's
go.
going to come back with me, right?
Yeah,
no,
we're not having that. You leave it here. Anyway, Steve, you work in a care home in Malta. Is that right? Have I got that right?
That's right. I mean, in the beginning, we were a typical residential home.
Yeah.
And over the course of the years, we've become a nursing home.
Okay. Right.
And of course, as is globally, there's a lot of dementia. A lot of people come with that condition, and in a multiple of different conditions beside that. But I mean, a lot of people have dementia, and so we're definitely geared up for that, for dementia.
And these are people who are, and I hate using the word stages, because stage I think is a very, I don't know, it's not a word I like, so I'm going to say further down the journey than like to me. We're talking about people who are in over 65 plus.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have some young people. Some young people maybe in our age group, late 50s to 60s coming in. Not necessarily with dementia, but there are some younger age numbers there. I mean, and of course we have people with different stages of dementia. I mean, as I do, I think it's stages 1 to 7.
I think there is, if there is such a thing, but I think they use stage 1 to 7 more in America, or they seem to use
more in America.
They seem to use the stages more than anything else.
I think we use it too. I think in the course I did, we would tend to. In fact, I was going through my notes before coming here because I'm a note freak.
Yeah, I do.
And it was mentioning the scale of 1 to 7, Pete. And so I think we're using that. I'm going to guess we're using that.
Okay. How do the Maltese look after people who are like me, who are, shall we say, newly diagnosed? Because sometimes the infrastructure, if you like, if that's the right word, in Britain, it tends to be geared up for people 65 plus. In Malta, do they tend to look after people? I say look after, but is there a greater facility for people of my age group over there?
Actually, Peter, I don't know anybody in Malta as young as you with dementia. In fact, I was quite shocked when I heard about you, to be honest with you. Okay. I mean, I have to be frank, I was shocked because, all my caring life has been with the elderly. And we had discussions today, in fact, before we came on the air, let's say. And
we've been talking a lot.
We've been talking a lot. And, in my experience and of the carers I work with, and I would say nearly every care home, I mean, we see it at the extreme end, where it's very severe, very advanced.
Yeah. So, in actual fact, then, to have a discussion with me and to be here on this video with me is a refreshing thing for you. It's not something that you have had great experience with.
In a younger person, not at all.
In a younger person.
Not at all.
Now, here's the thing. We often on these videos talk about memories. And the older memories stay in your minds better than the fresh. So short-term memory is an issue.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw this guy today, I recognised him straight away. I haven't seen him for 30 years. And I've seen a few pictures, I suppose, on Facebook, and we've had a bit of communication. But there's so many school memories and so many things that we did together as gangs, as you do when you're in your early late teens, and all of those memories are there. And we've been chatting today, and I often say this. I think today I haven't had dementia, if that makes sense, because
it doesn't.
We've been just talking about the normal stuff that anyone talks about, and it's lit my mind up like a little firework.
Honestly, to everybody who's watching, I can tell you that it's been like talking to anybody else that I know. I don't. My brain wouldn't even accept that Peter's got dementia. Honestly, you wouldn't know the difference, and I still have to remind myself that Peter has got dementia, and but you wouldn't think so. You just would not think so.
Well, the social part and the social reaction of having somebody else here and chatting to people, it does definitely light people's minds up. The flame definitely burns brighter. And I think everybody will find that, whether it's in a care home or whether they're relations or whatever. Interaction and positivity is a great thing. It helps so many people to overcome the daily issues.
Like the mind over matter.
Mind over matter, exactly that. It's so good to have somebody here who I haven't seen for all those years, because I wasn't really sure how it would work and how it would go. And in actual fact, my short-term memory is so that I don't even know how Stephen got here today, to be honest. But I know he's here, obviously, and we had a great chat. We've had a great morning. We're going to have some lunch, but it's that little bit. Life is a little bit like a horse with blinkers. It's a bit here and now, but it's still good, and it's still that you've got to make the most of these times. Mm-hmm. and
I mean, we as carers know, and Peter knows, of course, as well, that your short-term memory is the first to go. You know, to all my caring friends back in Malta, and shout out to all my friends, and including you, Sarah, we know it's the first to go, and the long-term memory, the more deep-seated memories that are entrenched in a person's brain, are the last to go. So someone like who's been around, for example, an older person, maybe they've been around since the 50s, they will know a lot about their life in the 50s or 60s, but maybe what they had for breakfast 5 hours ago, they're not even going to tell you. They won't remember. So for us, we know this. But what is interesting coming today, and I did actually ask for this video, is that as Peter is saying, we are childhood friends. We were at school together, and look how strange life is. Peter took a path where, not from his wanting to, of course, he ended up getting dementia, which, and far as I'm aware, he's the first one. And I ended up becoming a care assistant and doing further training and becoming more and more into it and trying to learn about it. So our paths took different ways, and we ended up on the same coin but on different sides.
There's still a connection.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's strange. On one level we're friends, and so the departure point is when we're very young, passing through school, and yet somehow we ended up on the same coin as on different sides. And
who would have thought 30 years ago
it's incredible.
We'd be sitting here doing a video about dementia?
I find that incredible. I mean, I know his family very well. I mean, we're talking about Peter's father, still going strong, and how, in fact, I was so much around the house and so close to the family, I even was honoured or deferred upon with a nickname.
A nickname, yeah, crisp and even.
And so it's quite amazing. And here we are doing this video. But now, the difference is, and I was mentioning this too before, we do courses, and we try to apply those courses to the elderly, and we know how tough that is because you don't get a lot of feedback. So we're trying to interpret their behaviour. We're trying to keep them safe, first of all, from themselves, because we don't want them harming themselves. We try to interpret what they want. We try to help them in their needs, and so on. But we're not getting any meaningful feedback. No feedback, actually. Whereas with Peter, it's real-time information. It's feedback about how it is. This is how it is.
Yeah. And
this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. And that is a big, big, big plus for us to know what someone is actually going through and can tell you. You don't have to second guess it or or work it out. He's telling you what he's going through. So, from that, you can learn a lot.
One of the key things is that when I was first diagnosed 3 years ago, they gave me, and I think I'm correct in saying this, 6 years approximately until I would need permanent care. The progression would be quite quick. And I believe that my lifestyle and my emphasis on exercise and the positivity that I have has helped with the medication to stem the speed of the disease. And it's strange really, because today has been quite an eventful day so far.
It's been great catching up, yeah.
And I'm starting to run a little bit on empty as my train of thought is starting to be a little bit derailed, because we've been chatting away like mad. And like I say, it does stimulate your mind, but it also makes us very, very tired. But positivity, I think, is the key to all of this, and I think that's what helps. So it's good to know that 3 years in, I'm still going as well as I did 3 years ago. That's the key thing, and I'm hoping that Stephen will agree that, and I'm hoping that in 3 years' time I shall still be doing these videos here to prove
doing amazing
to prove them all wrong. And one thing is that we talked about the videos, 42 weeks I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
The week of the cycle challenge will be 52 weeks, so that week will be a whole year round of doing the videos, and we're going to do a video every day during that cycle challenge, so that'll be great. There we go.
You made a key point, because I said earlier that for me it's like you haven't got dementia, because I'm not used to seeing someone who can be this engrossing and hold a conversation and to all intents and purposes.
And interesting.
It's not, and of course, as ever. It's not having a problem. But of course, my mind's doing that at normal speed, but you're having to work harder, aren't you, Peter?
Yeah, as I think I've said in some of my videos before, people with dementia, our minds are racing like a little small two-stroke.
That's what I forgot.
Whereas your minds are going at a slower pace. Everything becomes at a higher level, and somebody like me has to work very hard to work at, shall we say, an acceptable level. And probably, I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but I'm quite red at the moment, and that's because I'm working hard. I'm intensely trying to keep up with everything that's going on, and it's not because I'm forced to do that. It's because I choose to. Because every day I want to try and knock my dementia into place. Every day I want to be in charge of it instead of it being in charge of me, if that makes sense. And trying to, I don't know, dominate it, I suppose, if that's the correct term. But anyway, I hope that today's been a good video, and I hope that that's been all right for you, Steve, to have a go at this. And
I hope it's been an amazing video, because I'm in it.
You're probably going to go all around the world with this, so it'll be great. So we've been rattling on here for 13 minutes now. Wow, it's the longest I've ever done a video for. So really, in all honesty, to say now, as I always say, every video, have a great weekend, get out there and do stuff, have a great week, and I will see you back here on the sofa again next Friday with something else to tell you. So thank you again so much for listening, and have a great week. See you next week. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
Oh, sorry,
I just want to say good luck on the cycle challenge.
Thank you, Stephen.
And thanks for having me, man.
Great to see you, man. I nearly pressed the stop button then.
I know, I had to stop him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.